This is Daily Flip 41. Thanks for tuning in today. I want to give you a rundown, I guess not just of my day, actually the last week. I've taken a little bit of a break from the daily flips, mainly because I just needed to get a little bit of work done here and at my house. We moved in, I guess it's been 4 or 5 months ago, to a house on 3 acres, and there's just been a ton of yard work I've been putting off. So there's a creek that goes through on the edge of the property, and it's just been grown up, so I had to get some Roundup spray down there. Just a lot of stuff that seemed to be taken care of there, as well as here. You'll see the front line has grown a little. That's because I've actually taken some time to spend on some of the vehicles that I've had. We had a Audi that just sold, I think, Monday. I worked a half day on Monday. It was my wife's birthday, so we spent half the day together with her family. They came up and visited, we got ice cream, hung out with the kids and everything, so that was fun. But luckily while I was here, someone came and bought that car. But front line, we've got a motorcycle or something about to come by. Truck, I guess, a lot of exhaust. Front line has grown some. I picked up a couple new vehicles at auction Friday, actually. This 2010 Ford Escape, I got that at auction Friday. There's another 2011 Jeep Patriot that I picked up on Friday as well. That's it there. Also picked up in the back right there, 2008 Chevy HHR. We've got a few things back here that need some attention. One, on the other side of the Avalanche there is our 2003 Honda Odyssey that needs the transmission, so it's no fun when you get surprised like that. But luckily I was able to pick up this transmission here for $475. The cheapest one I had found anywhere else was around $750. That was at carpart.com. car-part.com. if you've not used that, very good resource for finding used automobile parts from junkyards. But this I found on Craigslist. I've got a 30-day warranty on it, so hopefully it's going to be a good transmission. Otherwise, I've got some guys coming to give me a quote tomorrow on this Avalanche for some body work. The sun will adjust. There it goes. I've got my body guy that normally does my work. First he quoted me $400 to do the work. Then I take it to Mako to have them paint it for $298. He called me back and said, no, it's not gonna be $400. It's gonna be $650 because it's more work than I thought it was gonna be. I really would rather not pay $650. So I've got a second opinion with some new guys coming by to give that a look. Otherwise, this is getting closer to being completed. You'll notice there's one thing missing, and that's the engine, because we bought this one knowing it needed an engine. So this is the new engine. When I say new, I mean remanufactured would be more accurate, but we're having to transfer over a lot. Like the valve covers here had to be transferred over from the original engine. Here's a big stack of stuff that has to be swapped over. This is from the old engine, actually it's in the box here. So all of this has to go over there, as well as everything in the engine, such as our AC compressor right there, power steering pump, there's exhaust hanging down there, the transmission's there in the back. We were able to keep the AC system intact, so we didn't have to discharge that, which is going to save us a little bit of Freon because I don't have the expensive Freon machine to actually capture it, so we'll save a little bit there. Another new thing that we actually just got in is tire equipment. We've not had this in the past. We've had to sub out a lot of our stuff. Found this set on eBay, actually it may have been Amazon, for $1,450. So it's not going to be, you know, Coates quality. That's a pretty well-known name brand in tire machines, but this will get the job done for us. And if we use it, you know, 100 times, it's going to more than pay for itself, because we pay, I want to think, $10 to $15 per tire to have them swapped over and balanced. This will save us that every time. And we're also going to be able to get wholesale pricing on new tires. So a lot of folks now have gone up on the used tire price. There's a place across the street that charges like $40 per used tire, which is just stupid, but sometimes I don't have another option. So I'll be able to buy new tires for not much more than that, and it's just gonna give me more options when it comes to tires. So this is the tire machine here, which there's a tire just being stored up there right now. So the tire machine here, this is the balancer here, and we actually haven't even used them yet. So we've got a Jeep Grand Cherokee out front that actually these tires here are going on. We put a 4-inch lift on it for a customer. So once we get around to that, we'll test out the machine. We've got a ton of tires over here that I've just kind of been stockpiling. These came off of Wranglers when we swapped them out for bigger equipment. So those are ones that I'll now be able to list for sale online. and offer mounting and balancing, so I'll be able to get rid of those. And instead of selling them for 10, 15 bucks a piece because I can't mount and balance them, I'll be able to sell them for 35-ish a piece because I can do the mounting and balancing now. Other than everything here at the car lot and my fun yard work, which I hate, just not a big yard work fan. We've been working a lot on the upcoming relaunch of the car flip course. So the podcast was kind of a couple months ago we launched. Now we're on for the relaunch of the car flip course. It was a limited launch the last time, actually the first time. This will be the second launch of the car flip course. We're updating a little bit of the content, creating some new pages. Actually just shot a free video. Actually, if you're on the email list, you'll see it next week. My exact car flipping process, we're gonna send that out next week. We're gonna send out another email, I think next week, about how I got started, actually how a Sega Genesis started my flipping career, I guess you could say. And then the last one is actually a template of a Saturn Outlook and the profit I made, just kind of showing a behind the scenes process of how it worked on the Saturn Outlook that I sold. So you're gonna see that content coming up in a week or so. The course is gonna relaunch. Actually, I haven't announced, so you're the first people to actually hear this. The course is gonna relaunch in probably 2 weeks, and we'll be open for 7 to 10 days most likely, and then we'll close it back down. But looking forward to hopefully meeting a lot of you inside the course. It's gonna be an investment for sure, but it's totally worth it. Actually, one of the guys inside the course, his first flip, he made $2,200. That's Jose. If you're watching this video, Jose's been killing it. So his first vehicle, I think it was the GMC Envoy, made 2,200 bucks. So more than 4 times paid for his investment in the course. But looking forward to relaunching that here in a little bit. Otherwise, podcast. Actually, I was at a podcast conference the last daily flip. I was in Nashville. Got to spend some time with some really cool people. Got to hang out with John Acuff. Dan Miller, a guy that I've respected for a long time, wrote a book called 48 Days to the Work You Love. Has a really good podcast. You should check him out. Learned some things that we're going to implement into the show. Actually, one quick thing that I learned was if you have an Apple device, if you'll say, hey Siri, or hit the middle button to bring Siri up. If you say subscribe to The Car Flip Show by Justin Carper, it'll ask you if you want to do that, and you can click yes. It'll subscribe you right there to the show. So let me know if that works for you. I've had some people say yes, some people say no, so see if that works for you. Otherwise, we'll be shooting, well, I guess filming, recording episode 7 of the Car Flip Show podcast tomorrow. That'll go live this coming Friday, and you're gonna see some stuff coming up about the course launch in the next, I guess the next week. It'll be the week after this week, so trying to keep all that straight in my head. I'm about to lock up, close up the shop for the evening, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. So you guys have a great evening. It's good to see all of you again after a week and a half or so absence of the daily flip, but looking forward to getting back regular on this. You guys have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow.